This message is for you. You beat everyone else who ever tried to take your place. You probably do not even realize what you have done, and maybe that is what makes this truth even more powerful. There were moments when I stayed quiet. There were moments when I looked distant, confused, uncertain, or hard to understand. There were times when life became complicated, emotions became heavy, and everything around us felt louder than the truth living quietly inside my heart. But through every confusion, every silence, every challenge, one thing remained stronger than everything else: you. Not because you were perfect, not because everything between us was always easy, not because life magically opened every door for us. You stayed different, you stayed unforgettable, you stayed real, and that matters more than words can explain. The truth is, people came and went. Some tried to impress me. Some tried to understand me. Some wanted my attention for a moment, while others wanted to stay only when things felt exciting or easy. Some spoke beautiful words that sounded nice for a while, but beautiful words mean very little when there is no real heart behind them. You were different from all of them. You did not just show up when life looked beautiful. You stayed in the moments that were messy. You remained when things were uncertain. Even when distance tried to create confusion, even when emotions became difficult to explain. Something about you stayed stronger than temporary feelings. You became impossible to replace. That is the part nobody understands. People see connections from the outside and think everything can easily be copied. They think attention means importance. They think time automatically creates meaning. But real connection is rare. Real connection happens when someone touches your heart in a way nobody else ever could, and that is exactly what happened. Without even trying too hard, without needing to pretend to be someone else, you slowly became someone I could not stop thinking about. Even during busy moments, your presence somehow stayed in the background of my mind. Even after difficult conversations or misunderstandings, something inside me kept returning to you. It never disappeared. That matters, because feelings that are temporary disappear quickly. Temporary people fade. Temporary emotions lose their power after time passes. But the kind of connection that survives confusion, silence, mistakes, and distance, that kind of connection is rare. You created something rare. Sometimes I wonder if you even understand your own value. Sometimes I wonder if you truly realize how much strength it took for you to remain yourself while everything around us felt uncertain. Because truthfully, many people would have walked away. Many people would have chosen the easy path. Many people would have stopped caring the moment things became difficult. But somehow, even in moments when things felt impossible, your presence still mattered. That says something powerful. You beat everyone else who wanted to make me forget what real connection feels like. You beat every distraction. You beat every temporary person. You beat every shallow moment. You beat every fake promise. Not because you fought for attention, not because you tried to compete, but because something about you felt honest. Something about you felt safe, something About you felt unforgettable, and that changes everything. Life introduces us to many people. Some enter for lessons. Some enter for moments. Some enter because loneliness makes people confuse comfort with connection. But once someone truly reaches your soul, everything changes. Suddenly, conversations feel different. Silence feels different. Presence feels different. That is what happened with you. You became more than just another person. You became someone whose absence could be felt, someone whose energy stayed long after conversations ended, someone whose memory remained stronger than distractions. And maybe I never said that clearly enough. Maybe life moved too fast. Maybe fear got involved. Maybe timing complicated things. Maybe emotions became difficult to explain. But the truth still exists. You mattered in ways nobody else ever managed to, even when things felt uncertain. There was always something inside me that remembered your kindness, your energy, your patience, your uniqueness. Not because I forced myself to remember, but because some people naturally stay in your heart. You became one of those people. You probably had no idea. You probably questioned things sometimes. You probably wondered if your effort mattered. You probably doubted yourself during moments when silence became loud. But hear this clearly, your presence mattered more than you know. Sometimes people underestimate the power of consistency. Sometimes they underestimate what it means to care deeply in a world where many people only stay temporarily. Loyalty feels rare now. Realness feels rare now. Genuine care feels rare now, but somehow, you carried something rare. That is why nobody could replace you. That is why comparisons stopped making sense. That is why temporary attention never felt meaningful enough. Because once someone truly touches your heart, replacements stop feeling real. And that is exactly what happened. You stayed, inside memories, inside emotions, inside quiet moments nobody else could see. And if I am being completely truthful, there were moments when I tried to understand why. Why you? Why did your presence stay stronger than everyone else? Why did your memory remain louder than distractions? The answer became obvious. Because you were real. Real people leave real impact. Real hearts leave real memories. Real connection survives distance. And maybe this message arrives at the exact moment you need to hear it, because sometimes strong people forget how deeply they matter. Sometimes caring people forget the power of what they gave. Sometimes people who quietly love others never realize how unforgettable they became. But today, you deserve honesty. You deserve truth. You deserve to know this. Nobody else became what you became. Nobody else created what you created. Nobody else reached the place inside my heart that somehow became yours. You beat everyone else simply by being yourself. And maybe that sounds unbelievable. Maybe part of you still questions it. But real feelings are not built on perfect timing or perfect circumstances. They are built through moments, through effort, through emotional honesty, through connection that survives when everything else becomes uncertain. You gave something unforgettable, and unforgettable things stay. No matter how much time passes, no matter how complicated life becomes, no matter how many distractions appear, because what is real always finds a way to remain, you remained, and somewhere inside all the chaos, that truth never changed.